Hey everyone! As you know, this is sophomore tips to survive sophomore year. So let's get started. The first tip is to listen during class. Now that you're in sophomore year, you're going to be taking harder classes that are harder than freshman year. So this is the time to really remember what you're learning, because the stuff that you learn now is most likely going to help you in junior and possibly senior year. Okay, so the second tip is to ask questions. Just like I said in the junior year video, it's so important to ask questions because sitting in a place of not knowing is so dangerous, because that can spiral on for months or weeks. Till you actually ask questions and try to figure out what it is that you're learning, you're never going to know, and it's just going to keep on piling up. Advocating for yourself is so important. Advocating for your education is so important now that you're a sophomore. Okay, so the third tip is to set yourself goals. Set yourself goals in your sports, in your academics, or in your clubs or extracurriculars, whatever it is that you're doing. If you want to score 3 threes in one basketball game or hit a home run at your softball game, set those goals. And what you have to do it is go to practice every day, shoot 200 threes every 2 days, get a lot of batting work in. If that's what you need to do to get your goal, you're going to do it. If you want to get an A, 100 on your math test, 100 on your chemistry test, you've got to do that. So the fourth tip is to volunteer at places. You can volunteer outside of school, like at the hospital or at an animal shelter. I know one of my friends did that this summer. You can volunteer with your school club. If there's a service club, helping out in your community, it's great ways to get volunteer hours. It shows college that you're involved in your community and that you're interested in doing that type of stuff. Okay, so the fifth tip is to think about what you're going to say in your college application. You don't have to stress too much about this. You literally just got out of freshman year, but start thinking about, like, hey, if I were to write about my most challenging moment, as of right now, what would it be? Or what would I want it to be? Like, if you know you've experienced something crazy, like maybe you were switched at birth with your twin, or maybe you were kidnapped. Whatever it is, if you already have experienced something that colleges might think are interesting, and interesting as in like they want to see how you bounce back from it. So if you have something, a story like that to tell, use it. Okay, so the sixth tip is to stay positive. This is so important because getting back your AP scores, getting back failing grades, like stuff like that can really take a toll on you, especially since it's sophomore year and things are go, go, go. It's not like freshman year where you're just having fun getting adjusted to high school. It's really like a time where you're like, okay, this is like go, go, go. It's like a culture shock, I would say, kind of. Thinking about junior year, choose classes that are gonna be more challenging. In the midst of all those bad grades and stuff, just know that numbers do not define who you are. No matter what your best friend, your rival got, literally it does not define who you are inside. You know who you are inside, and don't let any number, grade, or score define who that is. Okay, so the eighth tip is to do your work. Maybe in freshman year, you were kind of used to not having much work to do. Maybe in middle school, you didn't have to do much work. Not doing your work can bring down your grades so fast. So make sure to do your work so you're not bringing down your grade off of stuff you can finish in literally 10 minutes. The ninth tip is to go to school events, because you can't drown yourself in work all the time. That's what leads to burnout. Go out to the football games. Go out to the basketball games. They're really fun. And go out to sports you've never even seen played. Have fun with your friends. Experience sophomore year. Experience high school responsibly. If your club is hosting something like in your community, go to that event. You never know who you'll meet. You'll never know what friends you'll make. So just go ahead and see how it is. Okay, so the 10th and final tip was something that I really had to think about. Choose classes for junior year that are going to align with what field you want to study. So if you want to go into the medical field, maybe you should be taking healthcare, or you should be taking sciences like biology or AP biology. Like if you want to go into engineering, maybe take AP calculus, BC, or AB. Or if you want to go into writing, maybe take AP Lang or AP literature. Stuff like that can really help you figure out if this is really what you want to go into in college. And if not, you still have high school to decide. You can change what classes you want to take. If you're curious as to what classes I took sophomore year, I took algebra to an AP pre-calc in a hybrid class. I took honors chemistry, Spanish 3 honors, AP world history, honors lit, and then I took advanced weight training as my 7th period, which it was actually really helpful to get used to being in the gym and stuff, but I would not take it again because I could have taken AP environmental science. that's not to say when you get into college you can't change your major. You definitely can. But getting a free trial in high school is so helpful to see what type of majors you want to go into instead. If you've never been in those rigorous classes, you might want to start taking them junior year. If you're already in sophomore year and you've already chosen your classes, choose those rigorous classes. Okay, so that's it for all the freshman year tips. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and like the video. Send this to one of your friends who's going into sophomore year, or send this to one of your peers. If you're going to sophomore year, you got this. There's nothing to be afraid about, and I think I'm about to get rained on, but bye.